You're watching Cable 8, Greensboro Community Television.
I learned a lot about kind of letting go and being your own person.
They're an inspiration to me, and seeing their creativity and pushing them a little bit farther than they normally would at home, and just giving them an opportunity to express themselves in different ways.
And it's just really cool to know that you did something and that the whole world can see it. Well, my mother knew that I really liked art, and so we just used to go downtown and we saw the gallery, and we just came in here and went to different galleries, and she found about the Center for Visual Arts, and she thought it would be a good summer camp for me to go to, and since I liked art, it would be nice for me to do.
Well, my mom dropped me off here when I was 9, and I had never gone to an art camp before, so I really didn't want to go, but I ended up having such a great time that I've come back every summer since. I don't know, I just really enjoy it. I had never really explored art on the level that they did here, and I really enjoyed it when I did it.
We're in the CVA Art Gallery, and they have a big children's art exhibit for all the summer camp kids that come in with over 600 pieces of awesome art.
Your artwork, what's your artwork?
This is my artwork that I made in my first class. He got a piece of paper and draw little blocks all over it, and then he told us how to do it, and we filled them all up with different colors, and then he told us to erase the blocks.
My name is Kaya Mebin, and I've been going to the CVA, taking classes for a couple weeks out of each summer, just to chill back and do some artwork. But this is the first summer that I volunteered, and I've took classes both. So I've been here all summer. I've volunteered and I've took many classes, and it's just a really fun experience.
My name is Kayla, and I have been at the CVA. I've done both camps and I volunteer. I've been coming here since I was 9 years old.
My name is Tara Kecke, and I work at the CVA, and I started working here. I went to college with Katie, the director, and I've been working here for about 5 years.
Clay and sculpture, I took that, portfolio development, sketchbook. I took a fashion and design class this year. It was really fun.
My favorite class was Pirates of the High Sea.
Pirates of the High Sea.
Oh yeah.
And is that where you did this mask? Or no?
No.
No?
But we made a lot of cool things. We made a telescope and torches.
I have to say probably the fashion and design class, because we got to do a runway shoot and stuff like that. And with each class, at the end of the week, most of the time we usually do something. Even with the 3 to 5-year-olds, we have a party at the end of the week for certain camps and just stuff like that.
I liked working, I did the graffiti camp for the first time, I think last year. I've enjoyed that medium so much, spray paint and paint markers, things like that. I also really enjoy pottery and oil pastels. Those are my favorites.
Well, this camp I made my own clay. We used water and flour to make the clay.
Cool.
Behind me we have some fish that we did with collage. The kids took about a couple days to make it. We painted and cut and practiced weaving a little bit.
It's got over 600 works of art by honestly over 300, 400 kids are in some way displayed in here.
Each camp that we have in the summer is themed, so we try to pick an art lesson based on their skills for that age group and have them design something that will show off their talent based on the theme that we're doing in the camp. This camp was Pirate Party, and so we did lots of ocean things and pirates. So the kids donate their artwork in the camp. Everyone can buy them. They're about $5 a piece. And we bring the kids down at the end of the summer and let them look at their artwork, and it helps them show them how much they've accomplished and build their self-esteem.
What's great about the Center for Visual Artists summer camps are the variety of teachers we have, and all of them are artists or educators in our community working in different media with different influences and different backgrounds. And so with that, they bring those to their lessons. And this show is a perfect example of that. Our instructors, they pick the project that they're going to submit to the show. They teach the project with intention of it being in this show, and then once it's finished, it comes to us and we put it up. So you have work that's just drawing, you have painting, you have clay works, you have a lot of mixed media, because we love having our kids explore a whole range of materials when they work. That way they can, they start to decide what material is their favorite, and maybe in the future as an artist, that's what they pick up and really focus on with their own work.
What's behind me is a project that's the 8 to 10-year-old class did when I volunteered here a couple weeks ago. And what we did here was we mixed with color a little bit. What we tried to do was to get them to show a really creative cityscape, like their perfect, really beautiful, really artistic cityscape. And so we would try to get them to color in the windows different colors, so that when they cut them out, you would be able to see it all. Most of them chose like sunsets and stuff like that. It was really fun to watch them. It was a really long project, and most of them put a lot of work into it. And even one of them, like this one up here, I cut that one for this little boy. I can't remember what his name was, but he really liked it. Everybody had a really good time on that project. Okay. What we first did was we told them to draw a skyline. We talked about what a skyline was. We reviewed a couple artists who did skylines, and they were famous paintings of them. And we got kids to draw them, and if you look closely, you can see the pencil outlines. And then we told them that we were going to make it their own by adding special colors to them that you wouldn't see in a normal city. So they cut out windows in black pieces of paper to make it look like it's a silhouette of a skyline, and put special colors in the windows and in the background to just make it special.
We put clay all through this and let it dry, and then we took this out, and it came in the shape of the clay, and then we covered that up with paper, and we made these out of paper too.
And what are they supposed to be?
This is supposed to be a kind of monster, and it was really easy to make.
How'd you like working with the clay?
The clay was really fun.
Yeah.
Tell me about the plaster that you put on there.
The plaster, we covered it up with, when it was drying, we covered it up with tissue. We put tissue paper all over it so it wouldn't get messed up, like somebody wouldn't put a finger in it or something.
Now, can you hold it up like this in front of you? And then, now, how did you come up with that monster? What were you thinking about that made it look like a monster?
I was thinking about the sun, because it has all these like the sun.
The rays.
But I did this is class for brushstrokes. The teacher's name was Amanda. I did it with her. I took many classes with her before. I actually did this one right here, this blue one, and this is what was a still life. It's not in order, but it is a still life. And we had I'd say about 10 of us, and we each had a section of a piece of art to work on and to do. And so we each drew one. Some people did a guitar, and there was all different things. There was soda cans, there was whisk, it was all different things, so it was really cool. We use a material, oil paint, and we use oil paint sticks actually. There's one form, and there's paint, and there's another form, there's sticks. It's like paint and a stick, and you take paint thinner, and it kind of makes it kind of like water paint. Mm-hmm. So paint thinner thins it out, and so that was really cool, something different. I've worked in the gallery, and I've been in the gallery, so I've seen a lot of stuff. I haven't even looked at detail because there's so many stuff here, and it's just really cool to know that you did something and that the whole world can see it.
My favorite part of volunteering was watching everything come together, especially if it looked really cool, which, like this thing. And my other favorite part is like watching the kids say crazy stuff, because kids say stuff and they don't even know what they're saying. It's so fun to just, you know how that happens. They just say stuff.
The whole fun thing was about summer is meeting different kids and seeing how different kids work, because when you're in a whole new environment besides just sitting at home watching TV, you're with a bunch of little kids and you're trying to figure out how their schedule works and how they act. It's really different and neat, because you're like, oh, I didn't know that you did this, and they tell you different stuff. Like, I was with one 3 to 5-year-old and she was like, well, my mom, she's an optometrist, and you just learn all different kinds of stuff.
I love teaching art, giving the kids inspiration, and they're an inspiration to me, and seeing their creativity and pushing them a little bit farther than they normally would at home, and just giving them an opportunity to express themselves in different ways.
They're really into it. As a volunteer, you're not the teacher, but you try to have to get into there and help the kids out. You're mostly kind of like helping the teacher with cutting different things, and also helping the kids when she's like trying to get their attention, and just helping them. And like if they need help on a project, if the teachers are the only one there, the kids are not going to be able to get that one-on-one what they need. So the volunteers are actually there to like help them make sure they understand how to do it and different stuff like that.
Half the time, most of the art I do is really like a just because I can, and when I work with kids, they come up with all these crazy, insane ideas that, and like really weird phrases, really weird paintings, really weird drawings, really weird ideas, and I can take that and we can kind of polish it together, and I can take that later. I can take those same ideas and put them like on a canvas or in my sketchbook, or I can write them down and come back to them later. And working with kids really did help me explore my creative side, just because they're so free with their imaginations.
This is the 7th year of Dirty Fingernails. I am proud to say I actually created Dirty Fingernails 7 years ago when I was a teacher and had some kind of harebrained idea that we should show all our kids art. And of course it was very tiny at first, and it's grown bigger and bigger and bigger every year. We learn a lot every year, especially just in displaying 600 works of art. And we want it to look like a real art show. We want the kids to come in and feel like their art is shown in a gallery space that's open to the public. It's free to the public. Anyone can come in here, check out the kids' art, and be inspired.
Just kind of depends on how you are with art. Like if you don't really like art, then you're probably, it just kind of depends. Like if you really, really are into art, you're gonna like the camps. If you're kind of not into art, the teachers there try to get you into art as much as they want, as much as you will need to. And they're just like, they're really nice and they're really helping make sure you understood.
I just love children. I love their energy. I love their creativity. I really enjoy, of course, I'm a fan of the arts, and and I've always loved visual art for my life. And so now to then kind of help mold instructors, teenagers, kids, help mold all of them to kind of engage in the arts and really enjoy the arts as a whole, is something that I get a lot out of just that thought. Our instructors select the work. They pick essentially I give them an idea of a material or a theme I would like, just so our show can be really varied. That we don't want to leave it up to too much to chance and end up having an entire show of, paintings that don't show the whole range of materials that our children are able to experience. So the teachers pick a project from their lessons for the week. They create their lessons based on a theme of a camp, and that project is then submitted to this show. And typically they're going to pick something that represents themselves and their camp in the best light that it can be. When we're talking about showing art and showing children's art, but even showing adult art, it's so vital to our community to keep galleries open and to keep arts organizations running strongly, because not only are they important at this younger level where we're developing our youth, and art, it affects everything we do, and it affects every part of our life. So I think it's important for the community to not only just enjoy the art, but to realize it's important to continue to give back to nonprofit organizations and to stay actively involved in them. Not only will you enjoy the experience, but you're giving a ton back just from being involved in it.